I'm a very firm believer of the fact that your ability, your contribution, your sensitivity, your education, or your contribution per se is gender neutral, and I don't think it is gender dependent at all. It is a person's own creativity, sensitivity, and thinking that probably brings out the solution. No, I strongly disagree, because I think the only thing that can perhaps make a difference is the education, the way design thinking is imparted. Yes, that is something that I would totally agree. It is the only place where probably gender plays a difference, because, and that is also attributed to society at large and not to women entrepreneurs or women designers in particular. Any working woman today here, as well as all across the world, does have to juggle multiple roles, and does have to feel guilty about either not doing one to the hilt, or not or giving something to the other. There is always judgment attached. That's something that is society dependent. It cannot be controlled by one person. So that is one place where gender does play a huge role. Only my personal biases. When I have sat on the table and hesitated to speak a strong word, or not negotiated to the hilt that as I could. Other than that, happy biases. When you go on a site, there is always sir is roaming about. That's fine, but ma'am needs to have a chair. I hate it. It happens. As a society, when you're oblivion to the fact that you're just a professional, you tend to ignore these things. There could have been people who would have said कि इतना तो मैडम को नहीं समझाएंगे, that she's a woman, and typically in our industry, the labor and contractors do tend to be. I mean, of course, it's come a long way, but they do tend to be hesitant to talk to a woman boss. If it is in not your head, you somehow tend to ignore it. But I think it has to come both ways. Women have to accept that there are some things that are going to happen, which is fine. It is not the stance that is anybody's fault. It is just a situation. However, there is a person missing, somebody else does fill. And the companies have to realize that there is nothing that is a rule of nature, and there is nothing that women can do. They have to be certain, they have to be responsible for certain things. They have to be present or absent depending on what situation they are in. And that does not become a criteria for who they are as professionals. I don't see any industry limitation for women not coming forward. I think it is the women who choose certain areas not to be their expertise because of the demands that that kind of a role will have. Maybe being on site, maybe being the site engineer, maybe being the contractor, maybe dealing with labor, maybe leading with fit outs. These kind of things which are on foot, on-site jobs. This is something that women choose not to do. There is a discomfort attached. There are some demands which may not be conducive for women to fulfill all the time. There is a lot of support from the parents from very small towns. There are some. My team is a fabulous combination of girls from all across interior Maharashtra and small towns from Madhya Pradesh and in and around. And just the awareness and, the support from the parents and, just the fact that nobody is, parents are a little bit more patient with them, with the girls settling down, so to say, in the societal norms. So that's a very welcome change. Technology, as in, of course, the AI or the new technology, that's one. Second is services. I see very little women, and I see no reason why women shouldn't be at the forefront. Expertise in construction is something I don't understand. Why don't women pursue this? I don't see a reason why there are not many women consultants. Now, there are two aspects to this. One is, I think wherever they go, they mentally need to be comfortable and disassociate the word women from whatever their capabilities and whatever they want to pursue. I think they should accept and shouldn't expect to be treated like women. We are professionals to begin with, and we are professionals as professional it can be. So let's not get other complications in this.